Okay, I have to set up a lot of shit to get this live stream started. And let me just have to see if everything is okay, otherwise I'm just gonna... Okay, yep, that was good. That was good. Hello! Hi! Hello! Hi, 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 hi. Welcome to... Hang on, there we go. I've just set up the live chat on my phone so that I don't have to look at anything else while playing for today, but... For anyone who is coming up on today's live stream, welcome aboard. This is my first ever live stream of this game. The audio is a bit loud, it's just because I wanted to hear myself speak a bit more clearly. So, what the hell are we doing for today? Yeah. So basically we're playing Sakupen Hell. And one or two may be wondering why. And the short answer is I'm trying to go for exactly this. 300 demons, exactly 10,000 stars, and to top it all off, hopefully get to 10 extreme demons. Yeah, it sounds a bit ambitious, but in all honesty, it's a plan that I'm honestly going to go for. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, well, I guess I'm going to have to clip farm for a bit, but anyway. So this is practically my first ever stream. I'm not expecting anyone to pop up all of a sudden and say, hi, hello, how you doing? All that jazz. So I may or may not be talking very clearly, but this is honestly like a series of streams or live streams within YouTube that I'd rather do in order to show off more directly what my progression within this game really is. Because in all honesty, I could just only do off-stream things, like for example beat some extreme demons here and there. I mean, in all honesty, I did beat Blappa for about like what, 3 months already? Holy shit, hasn't been really 3 months. Anyway. But I decided, you know what? In order to showcase my legitimacy even more directly, I decided why the hell not just make a series of live streams where I try to complete some of the game's hardest levels. And in this case, with Sakupen Hell, all I'm going to say is Sakupen Hell is a... I was gonna use profanity, but I decided not to. So this is honestly how my progression has been going so far. Let me just... I think I... Right, okay. Let me show you what I mean by my progression. As you can see, I have the Blitzkrieg mod. A lot of people have been saying that it's very overhyped, which in all honesty I do agree, because some of the information provided for this mod has been a bit misleading, because the developers of it don't really go into a bit of a detail showcasing what exactly they mean by basically learning and how it just quickly progresses your like overall progression within the game. I mean, yeah, they did use examples here and there of some prominent German and Russian Geometry Dash players that have been using this mod. Most prominent, from what I've understood, is like Sonics using the Blitzkrieg mod in order to more directly list off some of his progression runs within some of the extreme demons that he's been doing. I've recently seen that he has gone towards Akron, where he recently got something like 86%, which is honestly incredible, but... Right. I'm a bit off schedule, I'm sorry. So this is exactly what I mean. As you can see right here, I've gotten 74.50 towards 100. Let me just say, like, I'm not going to talk a lot throughout the live stream, so I'm just going to say it right now. The overall balancing of this level is some of the worst that I've ever seen. Even worse than Aftermath, by the way, which is a front-loaded level that just pisses you off in some of the most brutal sections. Like, for example, Watch versus Sip section, Squiz's fucking wave corridors beforehand. But this one right here, yeah, this one just basically turns up the cake in terms of complete and miserable bullshit. But the story is even more interesting when it comes to Sakupen Hell, and it's the fact that Noobers, who was exposed as being one of the Geometry Dash's earlier prominent hackers, was basically pissed off and irritated towards how he was eventually exposed, I believe, as a hacker of the game back in the early 1.78-ish eras. I don't really remember that much of the game's history. I'm just showcasing the most like basic information towards the context of this level in particular. And so what happened afterwards was that Nubus was exposed. He decided to openly hack verify a level that was at the time supposedly harder than Bloodbath, which only consisted like 3 wave challenges in a row. So that happened. And eventually Truster, who later on verified Yadagarasu, as a matter of fact, actually verified Sakupen as well. And so he published it under his own name, where it eventually got rated. The thing is, right when Nubus openly hack verified the level got updated twice. One was basically, I think it was nerfing the first wave section, like right at the first cube section of the level, right at the beginning, at the first 8-ish%, as a matter of fact. But then just basically buffing the last section where instead of the, let me just show you, instead of the slipstream corridor right over here, if I just, okay, I suck. Never mind, there we go. So instead of the ship corridor at the beginning, Nubus basically updated it to be the brutal spammy dual wave section, if anyone has seen the clips already. But then it was later reworked into the earlier version where the first wave corridor was nerfed, and the last dual wave section was reworked into the straight flying, into the upside down straight flying section corridor, which I've shown you already. So that's enough of the context. Like I said, I may or may not talk a lot throughout the live stream. I'm not even sure who's going to pop up in the chat. If some of you does pop up and say stuff like, hi, hello, what are you doing? Then, of course, I'm going to reply for a little bit. But that's basically some of the most prolific description that I can give for Sakupen at this point of time. As for the fact how long I'm going to be playing, I'm going to say around 2 hours, and then I'm going to say, you know what, that's it for today. I'm going to continue whenever I can. Because, yeah, the fact is I have a life outside of this game, and I really want to take care of the things that I want to do outside of the online platforms that have something to do with this game. So that's about it. Anyway, let me just start with the gaming section. Okay. That's the live stream. Okay. Okay, so autosave mode is currently on. I'm just gonna go to slow down this section a bit so that I can understand the click button even more clearly. And then I'm going to be gradually increasing the speed right back up to 1 time speed. I'm just doing it because I wanted to learn this section a bit more easily and a bit more consistently, I would say. Okay. Let me just... Also, this is a start pause copy of the official geometry-demon progression list moderators. So I don't think there's something changed other than the start positions that have been implemented within this level. At least I hope. But in general, the main progression of this level is going to be on the main level. The start pass is something that I'm currently using in order to ease into the learning section of the level. Okay. Yeah, that transition is what sucks. Hmm. Hang on. I'm not sure if anyone can hear the audio. Ask for the fact how long I'm going. Okay. Okay, the audio seems to be going fine, so I'm just going to increase the volume a bit more. Not sure if that's the most efficient way of playing the level, but it just is to me. Okay, oh. Okay. Up next one, 0.9 speed. And then I'm just going to do this wave section as many times as possible. It's been suggested to do, like when using speed hacks, and some people have been saying, oh yeah, you should practice this specific section like 3 to 5 times in a row. No. Like, does it build consistency? Yes. But in my opinion, it just takes time. So, I mean, then again, everything that takes time eventually, but never mind. Okay. Okay. I'm pausing a bit for every now and then just so that I don't physically burn myself out very early on. Because the level overall is very repetitive and it's just prone to make you burn out very easily when playing the for around 20 to 30 minutes. Mm. Ah, almost got it. Damn it. There we go. And I just died it. Okay. Well, that's funny. Alright. Man. The transition into the UFO is what's causing me troubles. Almost. Okay. Got that one. Now I just need to learn the UFO again. Ah. Okay. Alright. Well. Man. That corridor at the end is very annoying just to go through. Okay. Again, I'm pausing to just save myself from very early burnout. Because the level is both very repetitive and you just basically die every 5 seconds if you're not skilled enough at the wave. Which, unfortunately, I'm not. Because this is one of those levels that just very heavily relies on the difficulty using these very tight wave corridors that are like at 3 times speed or 4 times speed, as a matter of fact. Yeah. Great. Anyway. Ah, almost had it. Okay, that was also a good one. Damn it. Okay. Oops, wait. And back to 1 time speed. Up. Yep. And that's 2 times that I die right at the end of the wave section. Well, that's just brilliant. Man. 4 times have I gone right to the end of this mini wave section and then I just die right at the last click. Either because I've clicked too late or too early, no in between. Okay, that was such a good run. I will take that. I will take that. That was such a good run. Oh, wow. To be honest, I could have gone even further, but I wouldn't just kept telling myself, yeah, die, 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 like in the game, just do something stupid, die somewhere within the game, crash, I don't know, but man, that okay, see, that's what I mean. Like the wave sections, they can be very inconsistent, but holy, once you get through them, once you get through like 39%, you just basically guaranteed to get a very good run. And that one right there, that was such a good run. Holy. Okay. All right. Unfortunately, that was only the easy part. Yeah. Next up is the brutal first wave that I so don't want to do this, but I just have to. And it's this one right here. Yep. Ah. Okay. That one was also decent. That one was also decent. Like that's the thing. I don't expect to get some very crazy runs for today. I'm just expecting some better consistency compared to the last 2 days where it's just basically grinded this level off stream. So that's good. That's good. I will take the minimum positive for today, at least. Man. Hang on. Okay, that's better. Just wanted to shut off the lights a bit by letting the window blinds a bit further down. Which in hindsight means that I'm blocking sunlight, but I just wanted to focus more clearly towards my own monitor while playing this stupid goddamn level. Anyway. Man. Ah. Right. Okay. Alright. Hang on. Damn it. That mini wave is stupidly inconsistent. Wow. Man. Man, oh man. I was too slow there, damn it. Ah, come on. Let me just... Right. Okay. Alright. Well... Ah, 13 to 25. Are you kidding? I got through the hard part, which is the midi wave, and then I just die afterwards. That is so dumb. Oh wow. Oh wow. What? What do you mean I clicked way too much into the last corridor, man? Ah, that was dumb. That one was also stupid. And it also lagged. Brilliant. Okay. Alright. Well, I'll just take 13 to 25 and just move on. Okay. Let's see how I can do from 0. As I expected. Okay, wow. Well, I mean, at least it's a new best. Hang on. Hang on. It's a new best. It's a new best. I don't care. Is there... Ah, well, I'll just do it at the end of the live stream. Okay, well, that wasn't bad. All things considered. What have we got? 29 to like 64 and then 23% from 0. And then there was that run from 74 to 100 like 2 days ago, like I said, off stream. So that would make it realistically around 3 runs. Okay. Again, like I said, I'm not expecting some massive runs for today. I'm just expecting some progressive ones in order to build some consistency playing this level. Okay, wow. Not even 2 minutes later, we've gotten to 25. 1/4 of the way there. Okay, wow. I'm actually surprised at how much progress I'm making today. Well, relatively speaking, anyway. Right. Okay, moving on. Yep. Yeah, 16 to 17 is where I expect to die the most. Like I said. Yep. That can also happen. Right. And also this. By the way, hang on. I'm just gonna show you from a stop pause as to why I'm doing the double click. Because I know people are gonna say, oh, but you can go downwards, you don't have to do the click at all. No, let me show you what actually happens. Wait, what? Huh? Okay, wait. Let me do it from 0. Because I swear to God, when I don't do any inputs right over there, I just die. Either that, I'm doing it wrong. I'm not completely sure as to what is going on. See? See? Huh. Like sure, it's 2 extra inputs, but it's more consistent. Like people are saying that about at higher frame rates, you just basically skip through the spike, but nope. I'm playing at 360 FPS using FPS bypass, and I still die there. I don't know why. And then VAR input is very inconsistent. And we're not going to talk about that as well. Or that, despite the fact that I hit the second orb, but okay. Between 16 and 17% will be the one spot where I die the most within this level. Like I said. And then this input just gets very inconsistent because I have to do the double jump. There's also this. Man. That was also a decent run. I'll give it that. Again with the inconsistent input. And like I said, that double jump is a must. Otherwise, I can't even clip through the spike and move on. I just died there. Oh, that's great. Ah, I clicked a bit too much. I held a bit too much. And then there's this. Brilliant. Brilliant. I tried to do it in double tap, but couldn't really make it. Ah, man. Okay. That's lame. Eh. Okay. At least I'm getting more consistent at the first wave. That's a good thing. Slowly but surely. That was lame. Also voice crack. Also voice crack. I released just a flame too early. Man. Bubble one is also stupid because even if he tries to like release it and click on the next frame, the game just registers the import on the next tick, regardless of what your frame rate really is. So that's also stupid, but oh well. That input is also stupid. Because regardless if if you click at the right time or if you buffered the way I did, the chances of just surviving and going through the transition towards the wave depends on the last orb, which you click right over here. So if you can hit it too late, regardless if you if your next input is on point or if you buffered it, you still die. Which is stupid. Man. I looked at chat and then just jumped over the jump part, which is funny. Ah, come on. Don't hold it for too long, lad. Every time it has to be me dying right at the upper triangle. Right after going through the mini wave portal. Come on, really? Really? Ah, that's also stupid. That's also stupid. Oh well. Man. I got something in my mind. In my mind. In my mind. Oh well. Mm. Good. Dude, that's if that saw blade was like 1 pixel upwards, that would have been fine. But that one just messes up your entire click pattern. Click pattern, not click pattern. Never mind. See, this is why I don't do commentary during any of my videos or even live streams, maybe. One thing I will say though is that I've definitely gotten even more consistent at the pre-drop. Says it before dying 5 times in a row, right at the pre-drop, never mind. Man. That's annoying. Oh, come on. Dude, again. Oh, okay. That was just lame. That was just lame. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll take that. Holy. That was such a stupid death, but you know what? I don't care. I don't care. Holy. Holy sweet giblets. Okay. Yeah, that's also the spot. Yeah, you can also die there sometimes. I don't know why. Dude. Okay, can I? How the hell did I? Okay, yeah, this can also happen. Sometimes. All this. I mean, you can just spam it like that, but of course it just doesn't work. All this. It just basically, yeah, I was gonna say alternate, but no. Jeez. Yeah, it doesn't work. Why? There we go. No. This also happens. Like the ball sometimes bounces off an invisible platform and just goes straight to the goddamn spike. I don't know why that happened. This happens. It just does. Oh yeah. Also this. Great. Like sometimes the ball just gets delayed for a second before making the next input. Why exactly does this happen? Beats me, honestly. Man. See, it just gets delayed. This is also stupid. So is this. It just gets delayed. What the fuck? There's multiple delays, despite the fact that I'm spamming the shit out of the up arrow key. This again. Man. Where, what, how, Dude, that just sucks. Imagine if I died there from zero. This would have been pathetic. Uh, See, the input just gets delayed. I don't know why. Same here, multiple times now. And it just, I don't know. I don't know. This bot is just very stupid and very poorly designed. Like top to bottom. I know Noobers hacked the level, blah blah blah. Whatever. This could have also been fixed. Tremendously fixed, by the way. Okay. Again, the delay. There's also this. Oh, that's... Okay, I get it. That's because it just jumps right at the edge of the first spike pillar. Okay, yeah. I understood. It's still a stupid design, but... You learn new things every day, I suppose. Again, wow. It just gets delayed every single time. Brilliant. This is just so stupid. Come on. And this happens as well. Brilliant. Great, brilliant. Okay. I think that's a good place to just leave it for today's stream. I think that's enough. So, what have we got for today? 25% from 0 and then 74 to 100. Nice. Okay. So, that was the first stream. Hang on. Right, so like I said, that was the first ever stream of this channel in particular. I don't know what else to say. I don't know how to even conclude it. But all I'm going to say is Sakupen is a very unbalanced and very inconsistent level to play, but once you somehow manage to get through it, and that's through sheer repetitive practice, by the way, then it just becomes doable. Like I remember saying it in the Discord leaderboard server at one point that I don't believe this is deserving of being only 60 spots ahead of Bloodbath in terms of its difficulty, but now it's even more practice. I'm going to say that it's actually reasonable. Like I don't say that it's like easier to play than Bloodbath, quite the opposite, but it's not that hard, or at least not tremendously more difficult to play than Bloodbath, I would say, but that's all there is to say. So, that was today's stream. I'm not sure when exactly we're going to be continuing, maybe tomorrow, maybe some other time. And that's because I have to also, like, in between study for college. Yeah, your guy is also studying. In fact, I'm studying engineering, so yeah, that's not as comfortable as I would have hoped, but it is what it is, regardless. So, again, I'm not sure when I will be streaming next time, but I feel like we've made some decent progress for today's first practice session of the level. So that's how I'm going to be concluding it. Anyway, I suppose I would have said thanks for watching the stream, but I've seen that rarely anybody has tuned in, so I'm going to say yes. If you're looking at the replay at any given point of time, then hope you enjoyed it. If not, you can also stay tuned for the next stream where hopefully I'll make even more progression and it wouldn't be as boring as today's session. But then again, we're talking about the first stream of a particular level within Geometry Dash, so it's to be expected, I think. Anyway, regardless, I'll see you hopefully in the next stream. Until then, have a wonderful day.